Incredible. Oh, it went live really fast that time. Incredible greetings. Hello, 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 everyone. How you doing? I really miss Wendy. I miss that show. Hello, everyone. Incredible greetings. Incredible greetings, everyone. How are you? Let's see here. Um, all right, we'll just copy this. What up, what up, what up? I gotta go into here and always train up others. And whoa. Whoa. All right, let's set it back up, turn my phone down, and then let's find this live. Oh, it really didn't even put it on friends only. It is on only. Oh, wait, is that the right one? Like right now, yes, it's on only me. So let's edit that privacy, put that on public, all right, and get this on share out. Hello. There we go. It is up here. All right, we have that part done. And now let's share it out. Let's go here and paste and share and share and print and okay, paste and bam. There we go. All shared out. Hello. Incredible greetings, incredible afternoon, everyone. All right, let's see here. So I did do this a little bit different. We're gonna have a little presentation, little presentation. Um, so let's present this with Saint Oils. Order on. All right, so let's do this. Okay, so we are all about that. So, hello. Welcome in. How art thou? So we're just waiting on the Facebook one to kick in. Okay. Hello. Welcome in. How art thou? Just trying to share this all out, guys. Just bear with me. I'm going to actually just add some comments to this video. All right. I am incredible. I am incredible. I just need Facebook to do its thing with my notifications. And don't play it, girl. we are going to talk all things Canva. Hello, hello, incredible greetings. Thank you for hopping on and joining us this afternoon on this day before Resurrection Sunday. Oh, they didn't do the helicopter drop. They just put the eggs out there this time. Okay. All right. Hello, hello, hello. So I'm just letting you guys enter the room, enter the live before we get started. I guess one of the things that I will do is I'm going to show this screen right here. That way you guys can start. So I did it this way instead of putting it like across the bottom. We did it this way. So this is what we're going to discuss. All things C to the A to the N to the V to the A to the Canva. We're going to discuss all things Canva this afternoon. So get in the room, give this video a like, tag a friend, share it out, drop a hey, how you doing, so that the algorithm does its thing and it notifies people that we are live. Okay. So if y'all can help me, help y'all, that would be awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Welcome in, creatives. So, based off of who's currently in the room, who, if you can answer the question that's on the screen, is Canva a part of your creative toolbox yet? Is it a part of it? Yes or no? So you have some answers if it's a no. You have some answers if it's a yes. So let me know by putting in the letter that corresponds with your answer on whether or not Canva is a part of your creative toolbox yet. See, if it's like no, I'm curious about it, but I have not downloaded it just yet. A, if it's no, I have absolutely no clue about it, no desire to learn it at this present moment. And if it is a yes, but you are a newbie and you just downloaded it, you're just getting started, getting used to it. Three, oh, you have three. V, if it's yes, but you are very confused, okay? You haven't downloaded it, you just don't use it, you don't know how it really fits in your creative life. And A plus, if it's like, girl, yes, I am using it and I am actively using it for design. So are you curious? Absolutely no. Are you a newbie? Are you very confused or are you active? So if you are active, remember it's A plus, A plus, A plus. You can just type out plus if you don't want to find the plus sign, but it's A plus because technically there's two A's. So I had to figure out some way for the last A because there's two A's. So let's get the chat going. Let's get the engagement going by answering the question on the screen. Is Canva a part of your creative toolbox yet? If we are, well, whether you are a yes or a no, if it is not the only thing in your creative toolbox, let me know in the chat what other design programs and creative tools you use. All right, so I see some N's, newbie. Okay, I see an A, but said, sorry, A plus if she's actively using it. So ChatGPT isn't really a design platform. I mean, I know some people are using it to create different images, but you can't really like put together like designs fully with Canva. You put together some prompts and get some elements, maybe some background things of that nature. But it is good that you have incorporated some AI because just like Canva, AI is definitely something that you have to get into. You're gonna have to start learning how to utilize and incorporate AI because it's been around for a while, but it is like now out in the open. It is here to stay. It is everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, you're going to see a reference for AI. And there are so many ways that it can help you, like in your regular life. I mean, it recipes and ways to help your kids with homework and help you create schedules and balance in your life. Like you can like tell ChatGPT anything, right? Some people call it chatty and it's like their best friend. People give them names and it can be like your household assistant and personal assistant and therapist. Look, I'm telling you, ChatGPT and just AI in general is it's where it's at. Like you were going to use it as a tool to help us. It's not meant to like take over anything. It's just another aid. Okay. So I do see some A pluses definitely using it actively. So we're using it. We're actively using it. Hello, hello. You are using Silhouette Studio as another design platform. So Jacqueline says, baby, I am confused. Okay. I have it downloaded, but I'm not using it. I am not applying it. I haven't figured out where it fits at in my creative life, and that is okay. Okay. I mean, well, if you're just new to it and you're still figuring it out, I guess maybe you would be more of an in if you are getting used to it. You're just starting. Now there are some people like that B that very confused. They're the ones where they're like, look, I have downloaded this. I've tried to play around in this. I don't get it. I'm going back to what I know. It's just on my phone. Some people have paid for Pro and they have done nothing because they find it to be a steep learning curve. And to them, it's not as easy as everyone makes it out to be. So that's where that B is. It's like, I'm here because like I have it downloaded, but I just don't know. Like, what am I supposed to be using this for? Am I supposed to be like I don't, I don't make journals. I don't make planners. I don't make ebooks. But I hear people talking a lot about those things, right? What can I use it for? Like just not knowing, like sit in front of the computer or have the app open on your phone or your like your tablet, your iPad, like any mobile device, and it's like, never mind. Let's get someone else to do it. Welcome in everyone that has entered the room. See your comments help. The numbers have gone up. Y'all comments help. So keep the comments coming. Make sure to give this video a like if you're watching over on YouTube. You have to um, if you're watching over on YouTube, you have to click out of the live chat to give the video a thumbs up, guys. So make sure that you click out of the live chat temporarily, give the video a thumbs up, and then come right on back to the live chat and engage with us. What are you guys doing today on this good old Saturday before Resurrection Sunday? Want to get a few more answers in the chat? You made it really easy. You just have to put in one letter to let us know if Canva is a part of your creative toolbox yet. One letter and a plus sign if you are actively using. You have to do two characters, but one character, that's all it takes. So I should see an answer for everyone under the sound of my voice. Everyone who has eyes on this video. This is not the weekday. Well, some of you guys might work weekend jobs, so you might be at work, but I mean, you should have a little bit of freedom, hopefully, to engage and type in. You all should be answering at least that question, right? Is Canva a part of your creative toolbox yet? See? No, but I'm curious. I just haven't downloaded it. Absolutely no clue about it. At this point, I have no desire to learn it. Um, and if it's yes, but I am a newbie. I just downloaded it recently within the past couple of weeks, days, months, and I'm just getting started trying to get used to it. V, if it's like I haven't downloaded, but baby, I am very confused. I have no idea what I am doing, what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know what these buttons do. It's driving me crazy. I can't figure out sizing, and I just want to give up. And if it's I'm actively using it. Now, actively using it doesn't mean that you're not experiencing, like you don't have like frustration, but you're not giving up on it. Like you're working through it. You're trying to figure it out. Like you're just not going to give up on it. Um, Even if you like, let me know if in the past you were like, okay, no, I can't do this. And if you recently decided, I'm going to build a relationship with Canva, I'm not going to give up on it. And even if it's just one thing, I'm going to pick one thing and I'm going to do this one thing in Canva just so that I am actively using it and I can get used to it. All right, so we have a V, very, very confused. So someone here says, I am curious, but I have not downloaded. Okay, so I'm going to bring up two windows here. So this is mine. Like you can see what it looks like from a pro account, but I also pulled this up, and this is what it looks like if you are still operating from the well, mine is pro, and I'm also on the new version, the Uncharted version. Now, this other version that's up here is what it looks like if you have the free version, but also on like the glow up version, like the glow up. So right now, they're not accepting any more people for the Uncharted, which is like there's like I said, there's a lot of new features and things like that. They was open to like the first million people who clicked on all of the envelopes. So on this account, I did do that. So this is how some of you guys' screens may look, and then it also kind of gives you an idea of like the free version. You can do a lot in the free version. You don't have access to as many like elements. You can't save as a PNG with transparent background. You can save as a PNG, but it's going to come out like a JPEG. It's going to have a white background to it. So Pro allows you to save with a transparent background, being able to do like your brand kit for your business. Now, it's not to say that you wouldn't be able to use your brand colors and your brand fonts and things of that nature, your logos, because you can just upload those as regular images. You can just kind of have those hex codes and just have your file that has that stuff in it and then copy and paste. It's just that it won't be conveniently in like a brand kit. So we're going to kind of flip flop back and forth between the two for those who are actively like who are considering pro or have questions about pro, and then what can you do with the free version. So anyone can download Canva, anyone, right? There is a free version. And then if you are someone who is a teacher or even with your kids, right? The kids normally have like what's that thing called? Their your student ID and then like at like whatever their school that their county is, they can utilize that and then you can get a free pro account. It might go through like well, I know like for us, I think MJ originally got his like through their school portal and setting it up that way, but he basically like has access to his and it's his account not connected with the school. So students and teachers and things like that, they do have access to pro for free. So look into that if you kind of want to explore the pro stuff. I don't know if you want to share a shared account with your kid, but you do have access to it via that way. And I think yeah, I'm not sure if it's like college kids, but I know for sure like the school age kids and things of that nature, they do have access to Pro for free. All right. Um, so yeah, we're gonna take a look at both of those. All right. I'm going to go back to the presentation part of it. because I'm looking for a few more answers. So we did see a few here. So before I kind of do my introduction and then get into this, answer the question on the screen, guys. Your engagement helps others find this very, very valuable video. If you fall within that curious newbie, confused, and even if active, you just want to know like new things that you can do and discover some new things. There's going to be some others just like you, right? Help them out by finding this, help them to find this video by leaving a comment, hitting share, share. You can always go back and delete it later, but hit the share button, tag a friend if you're watching over on Facebook. You can hit share even from YouTube. If you're watching this over on YouTube, there is a share button, and it'll be like share to Facebook, share to Twitter, share to Snapchat, or all these different places or whatever, or you can just copy the link and then send that link to someone. So definitely consider hitting the share button and answering the question on screen. Everyone that is watching this video, I should see that many comments for the question on the screen. It's either a yes or a no. Is Canva part of your creative toolbox? Okay. And answer with C, A, N, B, or A plus. If you are using it, what are you using it for? Okay, so I want you to think about that. Although I think the next question on this slide really is about challenges you experience, but I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself, and then we're going to get right into this. Okay, so hello everyone, incredible greetings. I am Shakia, the professor of HS 365. We are the home of the Honestly Speaking brand of products. We carry the absolute best summation paper and ink. Our summation paper allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees. So gone are those days of 400 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds. So you're going to get it done quicker, faster, more efficiently, and be able to turn that hot heat press off a whole lot faster because you can get it done in 30 seconds. And then no butcher paper. Our paper does not bleed out the back. So you do not need to put a brand new piece of butcher paper on top of every single print to avoid having that blowout and then it transferring to like other stuff or whatever. You don't have to worry about that when using our paper. So check that out, shop.hs365.com. We're also the home of Silaholics Anonymous. Now, although I am on a Canva kick right now because, hey, this is what you have to do in business sometimes, okay? I'm a silhouette girl. I love silhouette. I have 7 machines. I'm actually about to go and do some print and cuts for Zion Imani's birthday. My baby's 7 today, and I have to do some cutouts for his cupcakes with little monster jam, like monster trucks and stuff like that on it. So, baby, I am never going to give up silhouettes, okay? I absolutely, just design-wise as well. There's so much you can do within Silhouette Studio. But Canva is a resource that I use. I've used it for years. I mainly use it for the business side of it, but I am helping others learn to design from it. But you won't see a lot of like what you guys typically design. You won't see that from me because I typically tend to do that in Silhouette Studio and Photoshop. But I do use it for a lot of video editing and like business type things. And it's the same stuff. It's just your ideas and your composition of your designs will be different than how I use it. But hey, you add text the same way, you add pictures the same way, you utilize frames the same way. It's just a different way of using it. But Silaholics Anonymous still near and dear to my heart. Never that's my first baby. That's my first love when it comes to being online and teaching things of that nature. That's how I got into this. So you can check out our classes, check out our YouTube channel, Silaholics Anonymous, if you're wanting to learn all things silhouettes. Okay. And then 365 Creative Academy is where we help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of classes and trainings, everything from memorials to design to the switch up to pricing for profit. We have a creative business program. We have a creative lounge. We have silhouette classes, celebration classes, how to do oversized prints, party favors, and so much more. So check that out over on our academy site, 365creativeacademy.com. All right. Now that that's out of the way, we are here to discuss Canva. All right. Let's head back over to our presentation. And So, what can you create using Canva? What can you create using Canva? What are some of the things that you guys are currently creating using? Do you know what all you can create using Canva? Let me see it in the chat. What all do you think you can create using Canva? Silhouette girl as well, but I haven't been designing the past couple of years. I get it. She says everything. Hey. This now, see, I don't design. She does. Okay. Nola girl designs. Now, if you're someone, it's like I right now rather operate from templates. She is someone that has a lot of great templates. Okay. She does like the full on shirt designs, tumbler designs, things like that. For me, it's all business stuff. Like this presentation, it's all done in Canva. The letters appear. This is what they originally look like, and then you have like color changing things that you can do, and it will change. Like you can change into whatever. So here, like when I search this, it's like a grass, but I would be able to use this like if I was doing a party theme for like monsters or Muppets, like Sesame Street, like that. I could use this because when it's in different colors, it is definitely giving like puppet monster type fur. But when you're searching for this, like in the elements, they call these like hidden sets and things like that. This is actually a grass letter, and you can change up colors and things like that. So this whole thing, the presentation, you're about to see how things are going to fly in, all can be done in Canva. Okay. She said Canva is that wall. Okay. Let's see. I've been designing for invites, memorial programs, tumblers, teams, etc. for celebration, playing with the slideshow. Um, I don't know why y'all be playing with Canva for real, for real. I agree. It's graduation season for me and for my daughter, and I need to design a couple of things um, on my own to save money. Okay, I have grad tools available to make your life easier. I use Silhouette for a lot of text. Now, Canva has preloaded fonts. And if you ever run into a situation, I don't know, like I have a laptop, I have my desktop, and there are some times when I'm designing something on one and I take it over to like I want to go to like if I'm on my desktop and I want to go to like the couch or I want to just chill in the bed and with my laptop, sometimes those fonts are not on that laptop. So although I can open up the file, when I open up that silhouette file on my laptop, that font isn't there, so it looks all wonky. Then I have to go in, download the font. With Canva, the native fonts to Canva are everywhere. So you can access them from your phone, your iPad, your tablet, your computer, like your desktop, your laptop. It doesn't matter which device you are on, you're able to access those fonts. And once you upload a font, it will also be available as well. So that's one of the really cool things about Canva. And there's a lot of things that you can do with text in Canva that you can't do it in Silhouette, like glows. Now, some of the other things you technically can do, but it would take multiple steps to do it versus it being just like a click of a button that will just change the effects on the text. But like the glows and neons would be the one thing, and like the shadows would be like the major thing that you would not be able to do in Silhouette. So I often will get things from Canva and take it over to Silhouette because I feel like it's better like arranging in Silhouette and things of that nature. Okay. So let's go through some of the things that you can create using Canva. Social media posts, which is where it like gained its popularity from in creating aesthetically pleasing Instagram feeds and things that like match and stuff like that. So social media posts, of course, we got to start there, but it's not just Instagram. For your Facebook, your TikTok, your YouTube, your thumbnails, your cover pages, your banners, the cover photos on your Facebook. In my creative business program, we went through and I kind of set up one for them like for graduation season. So it'll make it really easy to switch out your cover page. If you are someone that's doing customized items and you do a lot of things based off of holidays and the different seasons, it would behoove you to change to switch out and change out your banner, like your cover photo, to match the season and talk about whatever deals you have on. That's prime real estate for advertising. These are things that we teach in my creative business program, things that you probably wouldn't even think about, like those little things that could really help your business and just changing out your cover page. Now, on your business page, but also on your personal page. You can use that prime real estate for advertising for your business. Okay. Business branding. So you're now, I'm not too big on logos, and they will also tell you using certain things from Canva. You'll be able to like use it, but you won't be able to trademark certain things unless you have to, there's some things that you have to read the like terms of use for that. But some people are using logos, like they have like little icons. Some people will like bring things in and mix and match them. There's a certain way to where you can use it. There's certain things you have to do to be able to trademark it, but a lot of people are creating their imagery and their logos in Canva because you have so many text options that you can use, right? But you can once you have your logo, you can set up your business cards, you can set up banners, you can set up flyers, you can you can set up like your designs for like key tags and things of that nature. So anything business branding that you can think of, you'll be able to set that up and use I set it up and use Canva for that. Okay. Customized products, designing for shirts, tumblers, journals, stickers. Um, what else? What are some other things like the grad fans, chip bags, uh, juice pouches. I'm trying to literally look around my room and see what all is here. Like we said, stickers and like labels. What are some other things? Oh, I have this rag here. So if you want to create a design for that, you will be able to create so many different types of customized products and like the designs for them, mock-ups. Tay's actually really good with the mock-up situation in Canva. Like I use Mug Animator. She's really good with mock-up situation in Canva. All right. So principles. So things like planners, worksheets, coloring pages. KDP is a really big thing. Do you guys know what KDP is? Um, yes or no in the chat. If you know what KDP is, put yes or no. I'll based off your answer, I'll come back to it. But just let me know in the chat. All I need is yes or no if you know what KDP is. So more under business stuff, so marketing materials, so how you create your different lead magnets. So if you wanted to create something like a guide or a hey, here is a list of the top 10 party themes for 2025 or whatever. So it'll help parents. Like if you're someone that does like party favorite stuff, here are the top, um, um, like here's some tips for decorating or setting up your party favorites, how to arrange them, how to get them to sit up. You might have some links in there for things to Amazon they can use as stands and different things like that. So you can use it for all sorts of marketing material, creating ebooks, sales decks, like just everything that you can think of when it comes to marketing. You can use it for personal reasons. Everything that you do does not have to be business related. So, for birthdays, so creating birthday boards, you can create scrapbook pages, you can create your family trees, you can create your own, especially now they have sheets. You can put your budget, like your family budget, on using the Canva sheets. You can create chore lists. You can create schedules. You just so many different things you can create for just you, like just your personal use. It doesn't have to be anything related to business. Okay. Videos, reels, right? The fact that you can create animations, like what I'm doing right now in pulling these in and these animations, I could take this and I could turn it into a video and be able to post this to my social media, upload it, as a video to YouTube because it's gonna play through and it will like without me clicking as a video, it will bring these things in one by one by one by one and just kind of automatically show up. Okay. You can do your intros, your outros, and things like that, if you are a video or a content creator that does a lot of videos. Presentations and slideshows for business, for school. MJ has done so many projects for school and presentations for school utilizing Canva. Different events. If you are a speaker and you can coordinate with your team, there's like links where you can share that file. People can add to it, take away from it, tweak it. So you don't have to worry about like creating it, then saving it, sending it to someone, let them make changes to it, then send it back to you to review. Like you can create a link that will share that exact file. So not a template link, that's something that's different, but it would share that exact file. And you guys, somebody can be, I'm in Miami, I can have my assistant in California. They can be in Africa. They can be in Canada. They can be in Germany. And we literally will be able to work on the same file and be able to communicate and make changes and see those changes in real time. I think that's one of the dopest things ever. Being able to communicate in real time, like with the virtual assistant and things of that nature, absolutely dope, 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 dope. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. Buttons. So this also kind of is like within like the custom things, but just you have buttons, badges, stickers. If you want to customize your buttons, like for your website and things of that nature, or physical buttons. So there's a lot you can do that. um Basic data visual. So this is where I was saying like you even under your personal projects, so like creating charts and spreadsheets, infographics for presentations, things of that nature. Menus, programs, schedules for weddings, special events, for restaurants, food trucks. I just did a menu for a food truck, and then I printed out on my roll-in, mounted it to magnet so they can kind of put it on their truck or put it on a dry erase board that's magnetized. So you can create all of these different things in Canva. Websites, that's a big one, new one, big one. Um, you can create hyperlinks to send it to different places and have links that will go like for someone to like check out, have it go to a form, but it can also just be an informational website. And everyone, even if you have a free Canva account, you can set up a free website. There's a difference between website and e-commerce. So it's not like having like a Shopify or things like that, because it's not a dynamic checkout, but you can set up websites through Canva. Flyers, brochures, invitations, YouTube banners and thumbnails, which is under social media. And these are ones, resumes, cover letters. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. And what you can create is just those are some things like whatever I can fit within that space. Okay. Now that we've kind of gone through, so some people say they don't know. I only had a couple people answer that they don't know what KDP is. So Kindle, um, Kindle Direct Publishing. So it's basically like for people to become self-publishers. So if you go and you're setting this file up and you wanted to create your own coloring book, you're getting images, whether you're creating them through AI, if you're getting them, like some people will get a lot of light art images from Creative Fabrica, and they're just putting them together in a layout. You take that layout and you create like your cover sheet, things of that nature. You submit it to Amazon KDP. They will print and sell and ship those books for you, so you don't have to keep inventory, but you'll also be able to like order authors copies if you did want to sell them on your website, you wanted to sell them at in-person events. But you could have a link. It's like having your own Amazon store for your books. Like so you can create books using Canva. Now you are limited in how many pages you can use, but then you would use Amazon KDP to basically self-publish those. So it's really, really cool. Okay. I finally caught you live. Hello, welcome, welcome. Glad you can catch me live. All right, so if you are somebody that is using Canva, what are some of the challenges or frustrations you are experiencing with using Canva? And I just realized, watch this, y'all. I just realized I was supposed to take this off, and I didn't. So we're going to take that off. Let's see here. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to come in here. And I'm going to go to that slide and we're going to delete that. And look, even in the middle of the presentation, it is gone. I didn't have to close out my presentation. So imagine if like I was like in an actual class and I'm going and I'm presenting this and I realized something is wrong. If I had my assistant and they had this had my Canva window open, they can literally edit this in real time and it will show up in real time. Y'all can't tell me that that is not dope as hell. Like it's so much more to it. Like I fall in love with all of the other things outside of creating designs for t-shirts and tumblers and things like that. Like stuff like this is where like this is where this is my jam. Okay. Because some people like to play me. Oh my God, you don't even use Canva. Baby, yes, I do. I don't use it. Maybe how you guys are using it. I use Silhouette Studio. I use Photoshop for creating designs for shirts and tumblers and things of that nature, and like really putting the design together. But trust and believe, your girl has been using Canva for years, okay? Years for presentations, for guides, and I love hyperlinks and things of that nature for different reels where I don't have you don't have to be on camera. Like they say that creative faces brand. So I'm able to take pictures and create motion in stuff, even if it's just a static picture, but I can upload it just by animating one part of it. I can upload that as a reel because reels were getting more traction than like your regular post. So I've been using it for a long time. I know how to navigate it. Don't get me wrong. It is very frustrating. To me, it's frustrating how you navigate through it coming from other programs, not being able to do certain things like click to zoom in to like a certain area, um, just in how, like, especially from a mobile device, being able to select multiple items, it's a little bit different, you know, than what I am used to. So those things are very frustrating. Even though I use it on a regular basis, it doesn't mean that I am without frustrations and challenges within Canva. Okay. So she was like, I can't wait to get started. I think you just purchased our Understanding Canva 101 class, right? I think I saw that pop up this morning that you just purchased our Understanding Canva 101. Now we had a lot of people that said that they were using it. So are you guys just not you're experiencing any frustrations or challenges within Canva? You understand it, it's working for you, you are completely thriving, and you're just knocking these designs out. You're knocking them out really, really fast. You don't have any frustrations, any challenges with using Canva. That's what you guys are telling me. That means I have the wrong set of people because my goal is really to help those who want to learn it, don't understand it, just need to know a little bit more about it. So I need to know, are those people in the room with me, or am I in the room with a bunch of Canva experts? Let me know if I'm in the room with a lot of Canva experts and this is not information for you guys, and I need to find a new audience. I'm trying to learn how to design marketing images. Okay. I'm having trouble with who? Don't know what that is. I don't know a thing. I'm not an expert at all, but I do know the basics. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I don't know what happened, what that was supposed to say. Our smartphones sometimes aren't very smart and they put out some really crazy things. Okay, text and sizing. Um, but what trouble do you have with text and sizing? Is it how to start the text or just knowing how to properly size text? So I'm going to finish going through this while you guys, I want you guys to still answer this question. What are some challenges or frustrations what challenges or frustrations you experience when using Canva? Okay. All right. So these are most of the things that I normally hear in groups when I've done these live videos. So a lot of people, let me know if this is true or not for you. Okay. Feeling overwhelmed by all the templates and options, not knowing where to start when you're staring at a blank page, designs that look basic or amateur no matter how hard you try, like to you, that you just feel like they look basic or amateur, struggling to match fonts, colors, and layouts professionally, confusion when to use free versus pro features, trouble organizing your projects, your folders, and brand assets because you feel like things are like all over the place. And when you're looking for something, you feel like you have to search 1,000, like keep scrolling to find it. So you feel as if it's like not easy to navigate trying to find projects. There's some people that say that, right? Because they're so used to maybe like on their like being able to go in and sort things and put them in folders based off of file types and things of that nature. Difficulty making designs look different from the Canva templates, because I'm one where I'm always going to recommend for newbies that you start off with the Canva templates, and over time you do want to make it your own and make it a little bit different. Okay. Difficulty, no, so losing hours tweaking small things that don't make a big difference, and you feel like you spend way too much time on designs in Canva than you do in other programs, like trying to figure out and move all these little things. And sometimes you realize, so it's like that's a you thing, right? And I'm like, I keep just realize that this still says the possibilities are endless. I need to take that off. Let's go over here and make sure that I remove that. Struggling with file types, when to save as a JPEG, PNG, PDF, SVG. Designs not looking good when printed. In the past couple of like live videos, that has come up a lot, where people have stated that once they go to print it out, and things of that nature, that their images are blurry. Trouble resizing designs for different platforms without messing them up. Getting stuck when trying to customize templates, like how to change the font size, the colors, the pictures, overusing Canva's basic graphics and ending up with basically what feels like a cookie cutter design, frustrations with layers, elements overlapping or getting stuck, limited understanding of alignment, spacing, um, Canva crashing or freezing mid-design, not realizing Canva has hidden advanced tools like background remover and animation, confusion about brand kits and the styles, how to stay consistent across the board, struggling to export designs correctly for website printing, social media. That came up too, because some people wish there was a magic button to click on and then it just makes it fit all of the different sizes, right? Feeling like Canva should be easy, but you're like, this is not, it's not as intuitive as advertised. And for some, it's just a lack of confidence, right? These are some of the challenges. It says layers, right? These are just some of the challenges that people have kind of discussed with me. Stretching to make bigger, like in silhouette. Now, there's a difference. So I want to show something real quick. So let's go over here, right? If you're me, do you mean like this? You want to distort the text? Because when it comes to text, without distorting it, if you just pull like this, you're able to make it bigger, and you're going to see, you're going to do the same thing in Canva. But if you're talking about stretching it out like this, no, you're not going to be able to do that. And you really shouldn't want to distort your text most times, right? So yes, you're not going to be able to do that in Canva, because it tries to keep you in the most basic formatting of designing, and that is designing and keeping things proportioned. There are times where there's like unique type designs and you may want to stretch it a little bit. Like if I'm doing warp type looks, but this is not how you want to typically adjust your sizing. So it's a good thing that you can't do that because you shouldn't be doing that in silhouette either. Same thing with your images. You're going to find that, right? Some people find like they feel like, oh, well, Canva doesn't work. I don't like using it because they can't do this to images. They want it to fit a certain area. And so they're like overly stretching it or squishing it in. That's not proportional. Like you don't want to typically do that. And it can make people's face look elongated, them look elongated or too spread out. Want to size proportion. And I actually love the fact that Canva, especially for newbies to designing, it keeps you within those constraints. All right. Let's see. We're going to go back over to our presentation. So let's kind of look at some of the things that you can create, like that's native. And we're going to take a look at like the top bar and what happens when you click on Canva, right? So this is the new menu looks like. This is what the old one looks like. So if you're still on the one before Uncharted, this is what yours is. So you won't see as many as you will here. Uncharted released a lot of new features. Excuse me, things like Sheets. There's our photo editor on here. Um, and well, I think the websites and like the social media posts. So they made it like on the home screen where you kind of see these here, but they are also under social media posts. So you just kind of go from here back. But this is what it looked like before, and then the one now. So we're just gonna kind of go through. Here's the thing, right? So those who I didn't really see anyone that said they had issues with Canva when it came to it looks blurry when they go to print it out or from their phone to their computer. Well, this is because Canva their default resolution is only 96 dpi. When it comes to those who are doing summation, you're doing DTF and things of that nature. What's the magic number, y'all? What is the magic number that everyone throws out and people act like it's just the magic number for all things that you're designing? What is that number? Wait for a few more answers. What is that magic number? So you guys are going to be quiet on me today? All right, let's just go through this. So you can create Instagram posts. If you click on the Instagram post and it's a square, your design is going to be a square. So you don't want to just click on that, especially if you're not trying to design for a square. And you have to think about the fact that like when we're looking at Instagram posts, A lot of times it's on a phone, it's on a tablet, things of that nature. So it's really meant to be small, not something that's going to be blown up. So be very mindful of that whenever you are clicking on that. 'Cause it's going to give you a square. Okay. If you do the Facebook post, it's going to be it's a little bigger than a square, but it's going to go from left to right, not up and down. So that may not be the best option if you are creating. You have to know the option to choose based off of what you are designing. Okay. And that's why they have so many options. So as you're coming in, you click on what, like, you're able to really focus in on what it is that you're trying to design, and you're going to click on that particular thing. Then you have things like flyers. The flyers portrait style is where you can set up 8.5 by 11. That defaults to 8.5 by 11 when you click on that. Whenever you click on any of the tabs from the main menu, what will also pop up are these templates. Now you can also access templates the main um, from uh, uh, the main menu, right? And when you go, you click on templates, you can go and you can search just about anything. If you want to see me search for a particular template, whether it's a certain style, if it's a certain, like, sizing, or like a certain shape, or certain, like the actual thing that you're going to print to, press to, or whatever, drop it in the chat if you want to see what type of templates they have. Just put anything in the chat, and we'll go and we'll see what templates they have. But you'll have templates that are sized, and like they're set up for whatever it is that you have opened. Like whatever it is you click, so you don't have to worry about it being the right size, because these are optimized for that size. When you do sheets, this is something that is new. So it's like an Excel spreadsheet, Google Sheet. So it's just basically a spreadsheet. But you can create more visuals. As I said, it's going to be great for like those budgets and having charts and infographics and things like that on it, or just simply setting up a regular spreadsheet. If you want your invoicing and you want to be able to send an invoice to someone and set up as a spreadsheet, but then download that as like either a doc or a pitch or something like that, or a PDF to send to someone so they can see how much like, it will calculate it for you. You don't even have to know how to do formulas, because there is an AI component that you tell it what it is that you're trying to calculate, and it can create that for you. Then you have docs. Now, docs is very unique because it's kind of like a running, like it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. You don't really see page breaks, but there are certain elements and certain features that are native to docs that you won't have available in any other area. How you set up like banners and things like that on this page is a little bit different. Being able to set up columns for things like it's very unique in how the document one is set up compared to just setting up like an 8.5 by 11. You can just keep going and going and going and going and going. And of course, as you save it, it will break it up based off of what size paper you're using. So let's say you have this doc that's 8.5 by 11, and I mean that's 8.5 inches wide, and it just keeps going, but you're going to save it and you want to be able to print to like 8.5 by 14, like letter size. It's kind of interesting just in how that sets up. So docs, it's not like using your regular design page when you are using this that feature. Your whiteboard is just kind of like ideas, kind of think of like a mood board. Your what's those things that y'all create? Vision board type deals. So you're able to just bring things in and kind of like scribble notes and just have different things on there. You can see here, like one of their examples was a mood board where you can have blocks of certain colors. If you're trying to figure out your branding, or you're trying to figure out, like, let's say for a wedding, a party, you're trying to mix colors, you can do that on this whiteboard and just kind of brainstorm your ideas, basically. Your presentation, what we have here, right? So being able to, and so with everything that's like on here, except for the documents and like the sheets, You can kind of still set something up as a presentation because you can kind of change the mode that it's in. But when you go in and you're doing something as a presentation, like it's a certain way that it just sets up where it knows that you're going to need those transitions. So it's going to automatically show you that part at the bottom so that you can add transitions in between different pages. Whereas if you just go and create like a regular file and you're adding like in the different pages, it's not natively going to set it up where you can put transitions in between the different pages. But a presentation will because they know that it's supposed to flow. Okay. Your social media, like I said, like on the original one, you may see the social media ones at the front, but here you will have access to so many. Well, this is actually the one for presentation. Um, and then, okay, that's presentation. And then here we go, social media. And so when you're on here, you'll see the ones for popular, and then if you scroll here, there's going to be more of them. Like, and you don't have to worry about like the size. It already has it in pixels. So now it won't be in inches. It will be in pixels. All right, for pretty much all of these things, because it's like thinking that it's set up as if it's going to be like visual on a computer, on a tablet, on a computer, things of that nature. So these things for you in pixels. If you're wanting to take that and then turn it into something else, then you need to know something that's going to be different. So this is where some people do have issues because they don't know how to read pixels. And so when you use other programs, in your mind, it's like, oh, I'm going to make this 10 inches. I'm going to make this, 12 inches, 24, or whatever. But when it comes to the pixels, if you're not, trying to sit there and do the math to convert it, can be a lot. Most times when you're designing for things like your Facebook post, an Instagram story, YouTube thumbnail, you're not necessarily worried about the exact size of something, right? This is the total, like this is the the sizing of it. It's going to put it on that screen for you. So you just need to make it where it's visually appealing. And because if you go to position, look up the size, it's going to be in pixels, and you're going to have no clue, like in inches or centimeters or millimeters, like what that is. And that is okay. These are more about visuals. How much space does it take up? Negative space. Where do you want things positioned at? You don't have to necessarily worry about it being a certain point size, a certain dimension, and things of that nature. You're just creating the visual. Making sense to you guys? And then like you can go to ones that's just for Instagram. So if you don't know, everything is not the same size. So an Instagram story and post are kind of the same, but like Instagram story and reel, they're kind of the same. The post they went from a square to 4:5 ratio. There's like some other ones as well on here. Then for Facebook, same thing, like a Facebook post that's landscape versus a Facebook story post, your Facebook cover, if you're going to do an ad and things of that nature. So it'll give you the optimized size for all of the different visual elements within Facebook. And then, of course, they have all the others as well. So, Photo Editor is a new one where you can click on this and be able to edit your photos. So, they have some new things like auto detect, being able to generate a new background. Basically, AI, you have your background remover as you can see. So, this right here, there's a crown on it. So, that means that it's a pro feature. The background remover is a pro feature. You can now change the perspectives of things and like push them, like tilt them, and just kind of create depth and things. Like I actually love this one. I'm not sure why mine still says new because I've actually used that one a few times already. Your magic eraser to erase certain things out of a picture, out of the background. It uses AI to fill it back in. So depending on what all is around you, have to be mindful of that. But being able to crop pictures down, grab text, that's pretty cool. If you have something that's just a picture wanted to grab the text, it will basically create a text box of the words that it sees, so that way you can go in there and edit it. That's actually a really, really cool feature. And then Magic Grab, you're able to like grab certain parts out of different things. If you want to isolate, change the color, but these our pro features, being able to clear things off. Um, Video. This is my jam right here. Being able to create different videos. Um, I like that if you go into here, even if you have like your Instagram posts and things like that, visually appealing videos and having them have like different animation and transitions and things of that nature, certain layouts. This is a great place to start. I think I saw someone said that they were wanting to work on, was it more marketing or social media? So design, marketing, like images. I'm guessing you mean like for social media. This would be a great place to start where you can just take still shots of your of like for you, I know you make like notebooks and things of that nature and put them in there. Or you can also add videos to it. So you may have like the video in a corner, but then being able to add, like easily add in information about that, how do they order and things of that nature. So it's not just you having that reel that's just the uh, just you holding the notebook up and just doing it that way. You can put that inside of a frame, inside of a Polaroid. You can make it look like it's like on the phone. I just kind of have that video there, and then you can easily put information about that, how they order, all those different things. Okay, so the video one is really, really great to explore. Then we have print. Now, this confuses a lot of people because so many people think that you can print from Canva and that that's what this icon means. That's not what this icon means. These are things that you would typically set up to have printed. That's what is under here. Like invitations and brochures and flyers and things of that nature. I think this one also has maybe like t-shirts, something like that. So it's things that you would typically have like printed out, but you cannot print directly from Canva. Y'all still with me here? Is it good information for you? So as you can see, invitations. Well, up here, there's marketing things, there's gift stations, clothing, cards, invitations, and things of that nature. This is too far down. It's okay. And then, of course, websites. You can set those up. And remember, these are more informational, almost like a landing page, and things of that nature. You can create hyperlinks to have it go to certain places where they can complete. Like they can, like you can have it go to, like if you're using like Square or things like that, or have them go to your PayPal to be able to check out and pay, or you have like different. There's ways that you can kind of make it like a dynamic checkout, but it's not like having it's not going to keep track of inventory and all these different things. And for every page that you want, let's say if you want a separate about me, you have to create a separate web page for that one, then create a link for it. It can be a lot, but I mean, the fact that it's free, and I think with the free version, you can do up to like I think three active websites from it. So there's that, right? Uh, And then, of course, custom sizing, which is where a lot of those who follow me and who do a lot of things like creatively making crack fans and tumblers and things like that, you're not going to see, you know, a a lot of templates for things like that. So you need to be able to create yourself. Having a design page that's optimized for a graduation stole, a yard sign, things of that nature. So here is where custom size comes in at. And when you're doing this, it will default to pixels. And this is where most people, you just don't know um, how to convert sizes to pixels. So you want to click on the drop down and then select inches, or if your common units of measurement is millimeters or centimeters, you're going to select that, and then you're going to put that in. Do remember though that the resolution is 96, not some people did write 300. So it's not 300, it's going to be 96. That is the native DPI or resolution size that Canva designs in, which is why sometimes I'll look at things on my phone and look super clear, but then if I go and I post that to my Facebook on my phone, it looks clear. But if I go to my Facebook on my computer and I have a darn near 30-inch monitor, it looks a little bit blurry because of the difference in sizes and resolution. Okay. And I believe that is the end of this one. So just kind of outlining like the top bar and the things that you are able to do in Canva. Are there any questions for me? I may have some more, but if we don't have engagement, there's no sense in me continuing on. Do you guys have questions in regards to Canva? Can you change your resolution? Technically, no. So it's not like Photoshop where you can go in and make it 72 or 100, 200, 300. No, you cannot change the resolution in Canva. Now, if you need something to be at 300 dpi, the one save option that defaults to kind of 300 dpi is PDF. So when you're saving as a PDF, that will default to 300. But if you're doing like just JPEGs and things of that nature, it you can make it bigger, right? So if it's shrunken down, technically it would still kind of sort of be clear. But when people go in and they increase the quality, increase the size, it's like, let's say if it was designed for 11 by 17. No, let's keep it real simple, right? So let's say if you designed it at like 24 by 24, that's really only at 96 DPI. But if you go and you increase, like when it saves, like almost like saving it as if it is, let's say if it was 48 by 48, right? Like it was a 4 foot, it changed to a 4 foot backdrop instead of a 2 foot backdrop because you double like the size or whatever. Now, because it's saved as a bigger one, once it you get like you submit it to the company and they're shrinking it down, it won't really. It shouldn't be like super super blurry. I haven't had the issue with anything ever being blurry, and we've done something like I know one of my clients. She designs in Canva all the time, and we just print out the stickers and labels and things, and they come out amazing, super clear and sharp. So we haven't experienced any like major issues like with that as long as you are designing it to the right proportion. Any other questions on Canva? If you guys want to see designs in Canva, I need more engagement. I will just continue just to give basic information until I get engagement. I'm gonna keep doing these lives, waiting for the right folks to come in who are engaged, who are going to give me something out. I'm gonna be able to get something out of this because I'm going to get engagement on my post. I can't go and give you guys my 26 years of graphic designing experience and showing you how to navigate it to create amazing designs if I'm not going to get anything out of the deal. Not really. I mean, so okay, it does, but not really. So I mean, it is good to go ahead and max it out. That's going to give you the best like outcome. But what you really want to do is bring in high resolution images. Anything that you're using from the Canva elements, most like these things are high resolution. Like, there's not going to be anything that's like really low anyway. So as you're bringing it in and you're using high resolution images, you're going to get a quality output anyway. But it's like if you're blowing it up, you may see some distortion, some blurriness, and things of that nature. So it is 296. If you are just like, just some people like worry about this, but I cannot stress enough. If you are designing in the proper proportions, you won't have a problem. I like to create the one you did with the Tumblr. What Tumblr? You mean you mean what the marketing part of it or the Tumblr? Because the Tumblr was not created in Canva. That was definitely done in Select Studio. So if you're referring to the varsity jacket one, that's what brings you Tumblr, or like the ones that I posted. Are you talking about like the marketing part of it or the Tumblr itself? I know orange and black, but what part? The actual Tumblr or the way I did the post when I was advertising them? How I created the post. So the Tumblrs themselves, I don't create my markups in Canva. Now there are ways to do that. Like I said, I know I'm not sure she's on now, but like Tamar had some like in her grad stuff. I think the first page on there is like the markup stuff and how you can utilize the markup. I don't use Canva to create my like markups like that Tumblr. I use Mug Animator. So that's just a PNG. So you're just going to bring that in to Canva and then just arrange them. The Polaroid at the like the picture that had that like that showed the design flat, that was a frame. So you just go in and search for the frame that you want. It actually already had the paperclip looking thing on it. The video also, I didn't create that in Canva. I used Bug Animator. I just brought that video into Canva, and then you're able to put it there. You're bringing in a video. It's like no different than bringing in any visual element like a JPEG, PNG, anything like that. So I just brought that in. And then the text and things, you type it out, and I just added animations to them, and that was it. The post you did on the grads creating Canva, what grads? You have to like my like the advertising ones that show that we do stores and yard signs, all that. Yes, all that stuff was created in Canva. Can you add elements? It says TS when you use a frame, but wait, how can you add elements? Oh, it's for the How can you add elements when you use a frame but want the photo in the frame to stay put? So you have to lock that. So with a frame, anytime you bring in something else, it's going to take over that, right? Because that's what that's meant to do. So if you don't want anything to take over, like a new picture to take over that, then you have to lock that particular frame so that nothing can go inside of it. You'll be able to move it around, but nothing will go inside. If you're on like a computer, you can hold down control while you're moving things. We also show a certain way to do it, like in our Canva class, and how you can kind of avoid that, especially if you're on your phone. But if it's just open, anytime you bring in an open picture, it's going to overtake it. Oh, I know what you're talking about. You mean the one that I just did? So yesterday when I was live, I know what you're talking about. That was done in Canva. So what I think what you're referring to is this post right here. So I actually was on live yesterday, and I showed this yesterday. This right here, and what happened? That video, for some reason, the voiceover didn't post. So I haven't deleted it yet. But that one that's like a slideshow, there was a voiceover explaining what was going on. So this was the original template that was just in Canva, right? I think, well, yes, I was asking like for different things, and someone just said like, well, we think we did. I just searched like sports or basketball or whatever. So this was a template. And so I was saying that you can switch up designs. You don't have to use the template. Some people express that they have creative blocks. One of my top ways to overcome a creative block is to do something totally different. You have to step away from what you're working on, create something that's not for an order or, for anything, and just create, just to get those creative juices flowing. So I was showing how this, if you just change MP to the word drag, you can just drag it on your picture into this one and it will make it great. If you're not someone that knows how to make a picture look black and white, how to add filters on it, if you go and you find a template that's already in Canva that has these filters on them, all you have to do is just drag and drop. You can figure out later, and you may not ever want to figure out how to make it black and white, how to put the outline on it yourself, right? You're just going to always use this one image. You're just going to drag and drop your picture in it, and it's going to automatically change it. So that's what I was basically showing. So we took the MVP, we made it grad, we dropped her picture in. This part right here, I just made it bigger. The name is here. I just added the neon behind it. This is still there. So I was just showing different ways to maneuver. So with this one, it kind of kept her at the top, like how it was on this one. It's just a little bit bigger. And then like on this one, it was pretty much the same. The only thing that was different was I added a second layer of text. I made her last name, well, the last name, not her last name, just a made up name different. This part stays the same. I added so it was just showing all of this came from that original design. So I didn't change out really any fonts, well, except for this, I found a script font for the name, and just being able to move things around. So you don't have to leave it going like this. You can make it go across the top. I took away the box, but because it had stats, so maybe it's like, man, I don't really know how to do this grad design. Like that gave me now. That is something that I will say is kind of a gift, right? Not everyone would see basketball stats and think, oh, well, let me make that stat for someone who's graduating, like their honors and things like that. That's something that if you know every single design program, you know how to click the buttons and use it, creative muscle, like you have to build that up to be able to look at something and reimagine it as something different, if that makes sense. Okay. And so it was just, this is one of the things that I teach my students. I know for you that a lot of people, because it was expressed on there, it may not be all, I'm not going to be talking to the ones here on this live today. But yes, I guess the day before, it was people that were saying, I want it to be done fast. Like I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time. Like it's like in a hurry. They want to do one and done. They want it to be perfect the first time. Whereas with me as a designer, I don't consider it to be a waste of time or like I don't know how to say it. Like some people are, oh, they ain't paying me for that to do all these variations. I like to constantly keep the creative juices going. I'm not doing anything like super, super crazy. It's the same exact fonts. I'm not trying out different types of fonts. I'm just changing the layout of it. That was it. And colors. Okay, does it look better with pink or does it look better with white? You know? So there's white. This one, literally, the only thing that changed was going from white to pink. That is it, right? So I'm going to try out different layouts. Even if I'm in Silhouette Studio, I will have different variations of it. I'm doing different color combinations, things like that, because the colors are arranged in the order that they're in, it just might look better. It might pop and things like that's just designing. If that is a waste of time to you, or you're like, well, I'm not going to do all that, they're not paying, and I don't know what to tell you. You're saying you want your creative juices to flow. Oh, I need to get almost this good. How how many variations of a design do you make? And you probably are there, and you guys second guess yourself. It's like or feeling like it needs to be this super. It's really basic stuff. I'm very simplistic when it comes to designing. Now, my superpower is in how my brain works, and I can see more than what's on the screen. Like I can visualize it being something else. So that's what this was. And then I did this one where it wasn't black and white, it was color. Same thing. Then I showed that they have memorial designs. So you may not like certain things on here, but man, I like the way this, I don't want to have to go and search for this frame. It's already here. I'm going to open this up and I was showing that you can literally copy and paste. Maybe you like this particular font. So I'm going to actually take this one. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come over here. It's what this is right there. So then I'm just going to paste. See, Palm Club, Palm Club. So for this part, the I took the image, copy and paste, took this one. This is still the foundation of this design. So I changed MVP to memory. I used the recipes, change that to in loving. Put these out, put this picture there, change the color of this element that was up here, made that brown, and these colors were just sampled from like here. So, and we put the dates. So we turned this MVP design into a memorial design. These are things that each and every one of you can do. You don't have to be a super designer. You just have to be willing to think outside of the box or learn under a professor like me. Ask all questions. Um, so basically, a reel is nothing more than a video. So by having all of these here, when you hit play, right, because they're all there, it basically just moves. So I did this, and I had a voiceover that went with it that was explaining it, but it just didn't. For some reason, the voiceover part didn't upload. But yeah, so whatever you create, it can become a reel. Even if it was just a static picture, you can make like, I could have made just this one a reel by if I animated this part. So let's just say I did like that, class of 2025. Now I can save this as an MP4, it becomes a reel. Most of the time, you guys are overthinking stuff. You are stuck because you are overthinking. And a lot of you need someone who's going to help you not overthink. You guys are overthinking it too much. You're making it more complicated than it needs to be. If you go and all you do is type out your business name and you put animation and it's just flashing, it's a reel. You put your business name, your business phone number, and your email address, like everything needs to contact you, your website. You're going to put that on a page and you're going to put animation to it, upload that bad boy as a video. That is a reel. You are overthinking it. Oh, that's not just you. It's a whole bunch of you guys, whole bunch of people that's just like you. You're overthinking it. And you're just thinking everybody else is out here killing it. You have all of the resources, but you are overthinking it. You're thinking that it has to be more to this. It can't be this simple. No, it is that simple. Even with how you do yours, where you have to put that overlay, you can. You bring that in, that's a PNG. You just take the transparency down on it. So even as a video, if you wanted to have that on there and it's moving, you can still have your overlay that you have to have based off of the images that you're using. You can still put that transparency. So it doesn't change anything that you're doing. It just allows you to enhance it. Where you're just posting this whole thing and it's just showing it, it can be where it's flying in. It can be the same video. There's transitions, and it'll come in from one side, the bottom half will come in, and it comes together. So it's just making it visually appealing. Now, this is where you do have to learn how to use this platform as an editing software if you're wanting to go that detailed. We often think that something is difficult because you're trying to do a task that you haven't worked out the basics. In this craft space, I have found so many people that just want to jump to the major stuff. Oh, I want to do the big stuff. I ain't got time for this beginner stuff. I'm creative. I can do this. You got to start small. Learn the program. Put some basic things, some really simplistic things. It's not going to take up too much time and build on your skills. But if you're not willing to do that, then there's nothing like you can keep asking all the questions, you can be on get all the classes and things of that nature. But if you are someone that just wants to rush the process on top of everything else that you're doing, you're always going to feel overwhelmed because you're trying to do too much too soon right out the gate. When it comes to practice, don't go oh, whatever you have right now, right? The videos that you have, your starting process would be to bring that video and like select the one for Facebook, Instagram, Reel, or whatever. You're gonna bring that in, and even if you just add your business information to where it scrolls across the bottom, how can they order? So many people do reels, and you just have these pretty reels up. I'm not saying it's you, but I can tell you there's a lot of people that they're not really making any money from these reels. It's just content. You might as well just be a content creator. You might as well just be putting that up there to try and give you so where you can make some bonus money, some ad money, some whatever money from sales from these things. They think that they're marketing and branding, but the things that you're putting out, you will have nothing in that video, in that reel, on that post that says that this is for sale. How much does it cost? I still do not understand why those who are in business and you have a product or service, why in the heck are your prices not front facing? When you go somewhere, you're looking at a menu, you're looking at different things, you're seeing prices. When you have like if it's certain specials, they advertise the $5 meal or whatever. If you're looking at the fine print for cars, like on ads, they kind of tell you what that starting MSR P is and things of that nature. Most creatives and most crafters that I see, it's like you're afraid to put prices on things. And this is where something like Canva would be great for because you can creatively put those things in there or at least put something on there for someone to know this is not me just posting my craft. This is not me just posting this reel. Oh, look what I made. Look what I made. You need something that's going to say, look what I made for sale, and you can buy it. So start really small. Put something on that. Whatever reels, whatever videos you already have on your phone, don't create anything new. I don't care if it's from 6 months ago, from a year ago. Take that video, put it in there. What can you add to it so that someone knows I have this for sale? I'm able yeah, I may have now you're not telling them that, but you know, just because you did this 6 months ago, a year ago, you still have that file. If somebody liked it, they didn't see it 6 months ago, they didn't see it a year ago. "Oh, I'm seeing this." They want you to press that to it. The other issue that I see is the things that you created before you most people feel like, "Okay, that's old. They're not gonna want I gotta keep creating new stuff, new stuff, new stuff." And you have a bunch of money sitting in your on your hard drive, sitting in your folders on your computer That's money that's just sitting there. You have all these designs, all this these that you have invested time in, and you're not getting a return on investment of those things because, oh, I made it a year ago. No one wants that. What does it matter if it was made a year ago, 6 months ago? I am still making money off of things that I made 5, 6, 7 years ago. Same exact design. Don't have to do anything different, but you have to start somewhere and don't try and you see someone doing all this creative stuff. It's okay that you're not there. I promise you it's okay that you're not there. But if you put in work to learn the things, because a lot of times those things, like the stuff that you're seeing, it's not a click of a button. It's not a, okay, I'm gonna click on this and this is gonna be set up for me. It's, oh, you have to do this step first and then this step. Combine those. I have to put this off to the side. Okay, now let me work on this part. And now let's pull all of this together to have this finished product. It's not always a do it in sequence. You need to do it in this order, this order, this order, this order, because things will change. You might create one product like, oh, okay, wait, I like this better than I did this. You may want to change things around, and you have to be okay with that. But the important part is learning, especially when it comes to Canva, learning what it does, what it doesn't do, so that you're not spending time like going, like trying to make it do something that it's not. Like there's people that will go and because they're trying to move a picture, they'll just keep moving it, take it off, move, undo, trying to move it again, undo, because the picture keeps overtaking it. And they never taken the time to truly understand how Canva works and how can I avoid this? If I want something layered right on top of it, what is it that I can do? This is where classes like my Understanding Canva 101 comes into play. All right. I am out of here. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.